Hey, Don Schmidt, the book Kahuna, coming at you with a publishing war story. I had said I was going to come out with a bunch of these, so get ready, because they're going to be coming. Now, I spent a lot of time working in Manhattan for a lot of big publishing companies back east. And when you're working for large publishing companies, you have a corporate structure that usually has a lot of different levels within it. Now, I was working for a certain company, and our vice president for our department of editorial production manufacturing had taken another job and gone to another company. Great, that's great. Publishing, everybody goes somewhere to make their way in the world. It's great. And she left, and she was replaced. Now, the new vice president of our division came in. Now, I hadn't really met this person and was just kind of hearing things. I had known of this person in the past, but never really, our paths never crossed. And I don't know this person when they come. I've never had any dealings with this person. There's no bad blood, animosity, nothing. We are starting at a tabula rasa. Complete clean slate. Now, that particular year, I had a certain book that was highly anticipated for the revenue stream for my division for that particular summer. And the book was not going through the process very well. It was problematic from the beginning. It was not going easy. When it came down to the print date and the bound book date, I basically had to tell my printer that I had to pull out all the stops and can they get this done for me? My job is on the line. Can you pull this off for me? Get it out when it needs to get out, because this is probably the most important book for that particular summer. Well, to make a long story short, my printer got the book done. And it was great. I was like, wow, they did it. They knocked it off. It came out great. Everything was cool. Now, the new vice president of my division happens to be walking through the hallway behind my office workstation with the corporate vice president of our entire unit, who works directly with the CEO and the CFO of this huge publishing company. Now, I had always taken all the bound books that I published, that I worked on, and put them on a table behind my desk. So they were always sitting there. They were always being changed out with new titles. So if anybody wanted to come and see them, or if anybody needed a copy for any reason to take a look at, they were always there and available. And I had this particular book on the top of the pile. And as they're walking through, the corporate vice president, the big guy, stops in front of the workstation, the entrance to my workstation, sees the book, walks into my workstation, picks it up, and says, "Don, you did a great job getting this out. We really needed this book out. You really did a great job getting this done. Good job. Good job." And with that, with the kudos from the corporate big guy, my new boss decides to take the book from the corporate VP and point out things that are wrong with the book. Now, I have had no communications with this person, don't know this person from anywhere, but when you go into a situation and one of your people who's a brand new person for your department since you just took over is being lauded by the big guy of your division, I think you should shut your mouth and basically like take the praise and say, wow, I got a good guy on my team, and not try and make him look like a fool because you have to make yourself look good. That's not cool. And that's what happened. And that's why this person is one of the mean people who suck. And they are still there. And if you happen to run into this person and you figure out who it is, you can tell him that from me, he gets a big F you. Because you know what? He's got more of them coming. He's got more of these things coming because he was the worst boss in the history of corporate bosses. Okay? So that's war story number one. Don Schmidt, take it to the bank. Publishing has some really bad guys, bad women, bad people in it. And you know what? They need to be flushed out and they need to be pointed out because this industry needs to change. You want this industry to be a kinder, gentler industry? Get rid of the a-holes. That's Don Schmidt with war story number one. If you're in control, in charge, don't belittle your people in front of the guys on top of you. That's Bush. Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.